really hard to read the words on a TV there. Wonder how big my TV actually is. Wonder how I can figure out how big this TV actually is. I took the box out months ago, so I can't exactly get the measurement from that. How do I measure the TV? How do I find what size it is?
Television manufacturers measure televisions by using the diagonal length from one of the top corners to the opposite corresponding bottom corner. To find this diagonal, Nick will have to use his math skills to find a creative solution to this problem.
Thanks, cool narrator guy. So if I need to find the diagonal of television, what equation have I learned so far in math that will help me solve this problem I have? How about the Pythagorean Theorem? I can measure the sides of the television and then solve to find the diagonal. Woo! Got my handy dandy tape measure here. So if we go here, let's see. One side length is 15.5 inches. And the other is 27.5 inches. So now I just have to figure out what the diagonal is. So let's work our problem out, class. So we know that the Pythagorean Theorem is the equation a squared plus b squared is equal to c squared. And so in this case, we know the height of the TV, we're going to let that be our A. So our height A is equal to 15.5 inches. And then our length of the TV, we're going to let that be equal to B. So B is going to equal 27.5 inches. And so if we know our A and we know our B, the C must be our diagonal. So we don't quite know what C is yet. That's what we're going to solve for. And so now, if we kind of put our numbers into the equation, we're going to get 15.5 squared plus 27.5 squared. It's going to equal c squared, which is our diagonal squared. And so as when we go through and equate these out, you're going to find that 15.5 squared is equal to 240.25 plus 27.5 squared, that is 756.25. So that's going to equal our c squared value. And so if we kind of add those together, we know that c squared is going to equal 996.5. So in order to figure out what the c is, we'll just go and we'll take the square root of both sides. And when we take the square root of 996.5, we'll get c is equal to 31.56, or we can say that's just about 32 inches. So by knowing what our c value is, that's what we were looking for, we found the diagonal. And so we know that the diagonal of our TV is 32 inches, so I have a 32-inch TV. So today, class, I found out that I have a 32-inch TV using the Pythagorean Theorem. And so I might think about actually getting a new TV now because it's a little small for my liking. I might get like 42, 50-inch. Maybe eventually I'll get like 65-inch. You can really watch sports on that one. But all things aside, we used the Pythagorean Theorem to solve a problem today. And so my question for you is, how else can you apply the Pythagorean Theorem in your everyday life? And so now I want you to take the time to kind of find different ways, research different ways, kind of look into your life and try to find a way that you use the Pythagorean Theorem. And bring that into class tomorrow so we can discuss that to start off. See you tomorrow.